Crowdfunding is often seen as a platform where dreams take flight, with people backing innovative products that could potentially change the world. Unfortunately, not every dream ends in success. In the case of Reevo, the world's first hubless e-bike, that dream turned into a nightmare for both the creators and the backers. What was promised as the next evolution in e-bike technology became a cautionary tale of over-engineering, design flaws, and severe safety issues. Let's dive into how $6.7 million in crowdfunding turned into one of the worst e-bikes ever made. The story of Reevo began in early 2020, when Beno Technologies made a bold statement: they were going to revolutionize the e-bike industry. Reevo was introduced as an e-bike that would not only push the boundaries of design but also tackle the common problems plaguing traditional bicycles. Hubless wheels, a lightweight frame, and advanced tech integration were promised. They claimed it would have features like integrated signal lights, fingerprint locking, and the ability to pair the bike with your phone for a fully connected experience. Sounds great, right? However, the reality was far from the vision. The bike featured a 750W motor on the US version, limited to 250W for Europe, and a 48V 10.15 lithium-ion battery that promised to deliver 37 miles of range. But none of the flashy promises would come to fruition in the way they were marketed. Despite all the marketing hype, the Reevo e-bike faced numerous issues right from the start, and as the crowdfunding campaign ran its course, it raised over $6.7 million, breaking records on the platform. However, that financial backing only led to a series of headaches for both the backers and the creators. By the time 2021 arrived, delivery timelines slipped significantly. In 2023, Beno was still explaining delays due to faulty components, and less than 1,800 bikes had been shipped. This didn't stop the promises from pouring in, but the end result was far from the revolutionary product that had been promised. Fast forward to one of the rare Reevo bikes that made it to the public, and we get a disturbing picture. Seth Alvo, from Burn Peak, managed to get his hands on a Reevo e-bike, still in its original box. Upon testing the bike, Seth found that it was heavier than it should have been, weighing over 70 pounds, much more than a typical e-bike of similar specs. The motor and frame were loud, the bike was painfully uncomfortable, and it had serious issues with movement. Once you stopped pedaling, the bike just stopped moving entirely, and getting it started again felt impossible without the motor engaged. Even worse, Reevo's hubless wheels, which were supposed to be the selling point, were more of a hindrance than a help. The bike was equipped with cheap drum brakes, which struggled to bring the heavy, over-engineered machine to a stop. When paired with the terrible brakes, Reevo became an unstoppable force that couldn't safely navigate any terrain. While the fingerprint sensor didn't work, and the battery couldn't be turned off once it was activated, the issues went beyond poor tech. The suspension seat post was subpar, and the USB charging port was exposed to the elements, problems that would likely lead to malfunction after prolonged use. Additionally, the kickstand didn't inspire any confidence and was prone to breaking under the bike's weight. The Reevo was a perfect example of over-engineering gone wrong. Instead of improving the already perfect design of traditional bikes, Beno Technologies decided to reinvent the wheel, literally. Their attempt to replace the tried-and-tested hub system with hubless wheels turned out to be more of a gimmick than a functional solution. The bike's unnecessary complexity, heavy design, and lack of proper testing meant that backers who spent thousands of dollars were left with a bike that couldn't live up to expectations. As a result, Reevo became a cautionary tale for crowdfunding enthusiasts and a reminder that just because something seems innovative doesn't mean it's functional or safe.